Well, the backyard, we have to go up on the hill. You need tennis shoes on.
Okay.
I'm just saying, and you.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I mean, you gotta hike. You gotta go off road. You gotta go out back. It's an outback adventure. Tom Sawyer. Yeah, I don't think you dressed for it today.
No, my doctor said nothing where I could fall and also clumsy in regular life.
It's not sturdy up here because of the erosion.
Yeah, and that's something we want to speak on too. Unbelievable. Okay.
The inside of your shirt. Get just down and pick it up at the bottom. Alright. There we go. There it is. Alright, you can drop that in your pocket. You have a pocket or something you can just sit it. Oh yeah, close it to it. You sure? There you go, and then we just tuck the shirt over it so we don't see it.
And then just pretend this isn't here. We'll talk like
Just
this.
me and you.
Okay. You want me on the other side?
Sure. So sir, maybe stand sort of on that wheat. There you go.
Have you had to do this before?
Not for something like this, but
Yeah. Okay.
I'm into music, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do like music producing or?
Studio stuff for the most part, yeah. Now.
My brother's a rapper up in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you introduce yourself for me?
Hello, my name is Eric Overstreet.
And how do you spell that?
Eric, E-R-I-C, and Overstreet, just like it sounds.
One word.
One word.
Street.
Yes.
How long have you been living here for?
On open every day.
How did you hear about the music?
Basically through Kenny Key.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's a big proponent, and he two doors down from me, so yes.
How do you feel about the development?
I think we were not informed and misled once we got informed, and it just, at first I was super angry because I'm a retired city worker myself, so engineering and capital projects, so plans, all that, I did all of it. So it's like, wait, we're going backwards. It's not, somebody was not being forefront, upfront, and honest with what's going on. It's just they came in the time frame, it was right. I think all this was prior to COVID, but then because we could not fight it, once we heard about it, you couldn't go downtown. You couldn't attend any meetings because nobody was attending meetings. So it was like we could not do anything to repel what they had already set in motion.
What would you want to see happen with this lot?
I think there's a number of things that could be done, and then we could be proactive with, a community resource. It could be something like a senior citizens development or something on the history of this area, because this a lot of people don't realize a lot of this area was Indian burial ground, and so to do like something. Maybe, targeting that like the history of what's going on. There used to be way back when, like in the 60s. And things of that sort, we can develop something or to make it to where, the community can make a few dollars off of whatever they design, but just to throw houses up there, and all they're doing is selling the view. I tell everybody, they're selling the view. This is a perfect area, the elevation is great, but the way that they're going about it, because I stay on the side of where the houses are going to go, but we got drainage problems. We need to address that. That needs to be taken care of. We have to work, that could be, that's another issue. But so why are you going to do all of this work, make all of this money, sell all of these houses, and we're still going to suffer with the erosion problems that we've had. Because when I moved in 2003, you could not see the drain. Now the drain is very visible, so that lets you know. And like I said, 2003 is not that long ago as far as time, if you look at it that way. And it's not, the erosion has really, really caused a lot of issues with some, more so with some other houses that's here because of as a decline in the elevation. It's just the water's gonna always find the weakest point.
And there's worries that this will make that worse.
Yes.
Are you going to be at the hearing?
Yes.
Okay. Can you put words to why it's important enough for you to show up and be involved?
Well, just to be vocal enough, or even if I don't get a chance to say anything, just a support system for. I mean, this is where I live. This is my community, and we do have. This is basically an elderly community. And I'm in my 70s, so but still, it's people that's been here for years and years. The young man that spoke before me, he's been here since like in the 90s. Kenny's been here for over 50 years. His family. So it's families, and you have a lot of, they're not going to say anything. The older people are not going to, come out and be super vocal because they just don't want to create, and that's just the history. They don't want to say anything. Don't want to be effective, but if we don't have a few people that's trying to be vocal and voicing our opinion on something that's pretty much, we've almost been told it's a done deal anyway. It's going to happen regardless of what, but still, okay, well, do you want to just, fight without being hit, without throwing a blow? At least we have to do something to let these people know that we're totally against what they're doing or what's going to happen.
Is there anything else you want to add or want people to know?
I just want people to know that how serious this is for our community here. And it's not just, again, like I said, I'm a city worker, and this is just one of the points. It's been going on for a long time in other different areas, but because I live here, I'm affected now. And a lot of times, people will say, okay, well, that's not me. I don't live there, but I live here in this community, and and I want to see something better than just 100 and plus houses with people selling the view. I wouldn't be able to afford to buy one of those houses if I came from the outside. I'm retired, so no, there's nothing that my house value is going to go up, but this is for the future individuals. So if we're not vocal, if they're going to do anything, then we're going to do it.
Say that one more time. You're saying this is for the future.
Yeah, this is for the future, and if we're not vocal to represent where we live at, to say that we're against or we're not satisfied, can we compromise? Can we do something? Build half the houses and then develop, do something else. Let's compromise. If you sell 75 houses, you're just going to have a portion of that area. Let's develop something else. There's a schoolhouse right there. Let's develop something that the school kids can be involved in. It's just like, so there's a lot of things we can do, and then not to get on that traffic. It's going to be a traffic mess here. There's only one way in, one way out. That's 60th Street. There's not a thoroughfare. That means this street here on Memory Lane is going to be like a semi-freeway. And God forbid anything happen at the school to where traffic, you've got access to the freeway on Kelton Road. It's already busy. So it's going to probably triple or quadruple the amount of traffic that's going to create if this development goes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
1 second, and then
So you said you do studio time?
Yeah.
and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been singing for a long time, so now I'm on the production part.
Yeah.
And then I my claim to fame, I tell people, you're probably too young to remember they got American Idol and all that stuff, but we were on the Gong Show.
Okay.
Way back in the day. My group, and then I think we're on the Gong Show.
Is that on YouTube somewhere?
Yeah, that's my claim to fame. The winner of the Gong Show.
Gotta look that up.
Yeah.
all right, let's let that drop down. All right, so
Eric, the other Eric.
the other area.
Yeah. Yes. You're important here.
I'm B-rolling.
I got you. I got you. Down somewhere. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me just do one of these numbers in here.
Okay. Does that work for you?
Yeah, it's gonna work. We're gonna make it work. If I can just get it in there. Like so. Make sure it's not looking bad. Just clipping. Damn. There we go.
Okay, there we go. All right.
I think it'd be good
Next.
to get back here.
How do you want?
Just look at this. You picked a warm jacket to wear out. Huh?
I was gonna say thanks for waiting in your suit.
I'm running from place to place today.
And just this in your
In a pocket.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
That's fine. Okay, there we go.
Oops.
I was actually on Midway doing I'm a retired Navy officer, so I was on Midway with a commissioning today.
Oh wow.
And
It was
it's
nice and cool out there, probably.
yeah, it was a nice breeze. I come up here, we still got a nice breeze, but it's, the warmth is up now.
Let's see.
do you want?
Those two things meet right there.
Right here?
Maybe step up a little towards her, and then I'm gonna back up just a little. Okay.
Okay.
I'm guessing you've definitely done this before, huh?
Yeah.
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 And then you can just talk with me and we'll
Yeah. What do you want? If you want to backtrack on it, All right?
Yeah, likewise. It all gets edited down. So
Yeah. We'll talk for 30 minutes, and I'll get 30 seconds out of it. Yeah, it's fine.
it's already killing
Yeah.
me thinking about how much we have to
What do you got to do? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're rolling.
Can you introduce yourself for me?
I'm Eric Law, ERIC, LAW, and I'm from San Diego United Communities.
And how did you get involved with this issue?
So there's actually two ways. So I've been working in the community planning groups for a number of years, and the footnote 7 thing came up back in 2023, I think it was, and the community planning groups and and its parent organization, the Community Planning Committee, got involved in that. It had come up through then the Encanto Planning Group and now the Choice Valley Planning Group. It raised that issue of deep in the land development code is this footnote that basically exploits a already exploited community by subdividing their very nice sized lots into these very small lots so they could be sold off rapidly. And so that we jumped into that and we understood that it was going on in a couple of locations up here. So that's the first time that I heard about this. And then you've already talked with Kenny and many of the neighbors here. That came up as an issue as we were looking across all of the communities in San Diego, the 51 neighborhoods, communities across the city, to find out where the issues were, what was going on, what were the housing issues, what was the affordability issues, the things that were going on in environmental justice.
Yeah, can you speak more to that? Having more of a bird's eye view on the city, what are some of the equity issues at play here?
Yeah. So you go back into the planning lane, and the city has at its foundation, Mayor Gloria has made it his role to do environmental justice, climate equity. He's under a mandate to affirmatively further fair housing. AB 1000 is supposed to be a consideration so that you increase the resources, the parks, in traditionally disadvantaged neighborhoods. And that is not occurring here. It's not occurring across the city. What's generally occurring is the developers, expedited by the city, find the communities that cannot fight back. that have low resources, that are historically disadvantaged in some way, that may be low income, and they target them. And so this is a perfect example. This is probably the greatest view left in San Diego, unspoiled view. It's a panoramic view from Mexico to La Jolla, out past the Coronado Bridge, Point Loma. It's beautiful up here. And yet you're sitting behind the traditional red lines, and it gets targeted. I mean, footnote 7 was bad enough. That racist act of depriving this community of its parkland is just the next step. And understand, this was in a 2015 community plan. It was highlighted as a proposed park. Mayor Gloria was one of the council members who signed off on it, right? It was in that plan. There is no indication up until COVID, footnote 7, that they were going to try and deprive this community, this neighborhood, of its park. And the city has this formula that it looks at for parks and resources. And they actually add all these things up. And you go look at that thing, and when we talk about under-resourced neighborhoods, this is one. The city owes them, through environmental climate justice, owes them the parks, the green space. That's part of the law. That's part of the mayor's plan, and yet he's just not following through.
What do you think of the city's argument that because the permit application was already in, that they have to allow the development to continue even after the footnote was repealed?
Well, so this is based upon there not being a fault in law, right? And so the footnote was inserted, and we can argue about why it was inserted and how it was inserted. If there's a fault in the law, there should be a recourse to that fault in law. We do this in the courts all the time. The law gets made, someone finds out there's something wrong, and seeks recourse in the courts. And that's how we get justice. Now, it was very, very clear when we highlighted the discrepancies that footnote 7 created for these neighborhoods here in southeast and Encana. They very quickly backpedaled, and the council repealed it. The fact that the council, when confronted with this, understood that it was grossly wrong and repealed it should be an indicator to everyone that it was unjust. And we can't say two wrongs make a right? And that's effectively what they're arguing. There is a way to correct this wrong. There is a way to conform to the established planning documents. And there should be a remedy that comes from the mayor's office, because they have the planning authority to change the permitting. Okay? And if the permits were based on a false or inequitable law, there should be legal remedy.
Can you make the case for why people not living in this neighborhood should care about this?
We're all San Diegans, right? This is Kenny and the people here. We're all San Diegans. We're not, 51 neighborhoods, right? We're all San Diegans. And what happens here happens everywhere. This is just one of the worst cases we've seen, right? If it happens here, where are they going to stop? Not here. They'll just continue rolling across the city. And they have. This is happening everywhere. You see it down on Point Loma. You'll see it up in Claremont. You'll see it the college area. What do they do to the college area? Is they have no resources. And what do? Triple the housing density right there. They didn't give them anything. And that's exactly what happens. The city just steamrolls them. So by allowing them to do this, it creates a permissive environment for them to continue to persist, to roll over the top of San Diegans.
Is there anything else you think people should know?
Vote for people who want change. Okay? We can fight in the courts. We can show up in the city council. But we can see from the primaries that people have a voice. And change will come through voices like Martha, right? People who are speaking for the people, not for the businesses, not for D.R. Horton, not for the big developers and the parties and whatnot. They're speaking for the people. And this is about the people's fight. This is the people's land. They were promised a park. They should get it.
Thank you so much.
One stop. Sorry. Hold on, right.
Do you have a legal background?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was a naval officer for 30 years,
Okay.
right?
What made you want to get involved with the Communities United?
When I moved here, I took command down at a small command on the base in Naval Base Point Loma, and the people took care of me. It was fishermen from up the street, comes down and greets me in the neighborhood, and the folks that have been there for 50, 60, 70 years just adopted me. So San Diego embraced me. My community embraced me. And when I retired from the Navy, it's like, okay, they were there for me. I need to be there for them. And so I'm giving back, right? And if not me, then who? If not now, then when, right?
This is why I asked if you have a legal background. You're like a very good speaker with it.
Did they, I don't know if they've ever given you these sorts of things. Have you ever talked with the Chollas Valley Planning Group people?
Yes.
Yeah, you talked to Sage or?
Yes.
Okay,
and
she's good.
This is so we had done an initial story on footnote 7.
Yeah.
Back when, and then
I remember that you guys had.
This is more of a quick story to give people
Yeah.
enough notice and awareness of the appeal hearing that they
Good.
can attend.
Excellent.
And then I'll be at the meeting to
Yeah.
cover what happens.
Yeah. Because Sage can't be here because she works, right?
Yeah.
I'm theoretically supposed to be working too, but I'm not. I'm here with you guys because this is important. Have you ever seen the 2015?
The community plan?
The community plan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Because I just printed it out just so that you would know. This is what we're talking about. That right up there,
Yeah.
that hill, and it says potential park. It's listed in there and everything. So it's important. The city promised it, and it's there.
That was one of the things I was trying to find backing for. It's hard when we're on these stories that are super quick, but I saw reference that promises of a park dated back to 1978, and I was trying to find documentation or where I could find.
It's So the city intentionally takes a lot of that stuff down.
Yeah.
You'd have to get one of those people to know where the internet records are if it was ever actually posted.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the problem. Now, that might be a question for Sage.
Yeah.
And they may have the records. So I sit on the Peninsula's community planning group, and I've got folks there that have been in the subcommittees as community members for 25 years. And they have access to people across the community that know.
I figure the date came from somewhere to go into the appeal, so someone knows.
There's retired city workers that know everything, right?
Yeah.
They literally know where all the bodies are buried, right?
Yeah.
And they were just, people working in stormwater services for 40 years, and they're like, I remember seeing that plan. I got a copy somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? That's the kind of people that you have to look for, and that's what we rely on.
Yeah.
Because they are the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for coming out here and not climbing the hill. That would have been bad.
I might make Michael climb the hill.
Yeah.
I had everybody up there.
You should have seen me trying to get back
Yeah.
down. Going up wasn't that bad, but coming down was kind of scary.
He's literally got a rope and steps to climb that hill.
Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
Because the soil
very
is
thin.
so loose, and
I
it's
know.
always been loose. You can look at it right there. It's got at least 6 to 8 inches of just loose soil.
Yeah.
And it's scary because
And that's another story about this, is how they were supposed to do the soil mitigation of the flood stuff.
You know,
and they're
this
not
used to
done.
be a golf course, right?
That's what you mentioned.
Yeah. And so,
So much
when I
history up
started
there.
when I started grading my backyard, because they had it to where the water was coming to the house,
Yeah.
I found the walkway for one of the houses.
Oh no, really?
Oh my
I
God.
found pieces of broken windows for the
Oh my
for the
gosh.
houses. You know, I'm going like, this is all golf course stuff. They didn't get rid of it.
They just bulldoze it over. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they do that.
And that's what happened here.
Hey,
Great to meet you, man.
Can we
Good
come
to
in?
see
I didn't see you. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. It was
Good.
really good to meet you.
All right. Oh, hey, Kenny. You might need this, brother.
I need that. Hey, you've been getting recorded for a long time.
Yeah, you don't want to hear what I have to say.
Catch everything. Thanks again, man.
I'll break out my old Navy language.
Yeah, man, I
Don't be able to
can't.
print none of that.
I can't afford to get no dang tickets to the NASCAR, man. I messed up.
They still got tickets?
But it's only the elite ones.
Oh,
At the premier tickets, $1,000 and up.
Megan was like, oh, we might need to talk tomorrow. So we're going to slack her after this and see what
Can I get you guys some water or anything? Where you want me to stand?
Give me a second.
Oh, I didn't even see you mic come up. Oh, you mic'd yourself up.
Yeah, because of the wind, every time I got visual, but I don't have good sound.
Uh-huh.
So I said, man, I need to mic myself. Like the iPhone sometimes helps get good with the wind.
You got a whole setup here.
It's what I do. I teach youth in the community,
Oh, wow.
ages 12 to 24, videography and photography.
That's really cool.
Yeah, Summer Stephan been funding me for like 3 years. Can't keep funding
is that
me.
the game phase?
Right, that's
okay,
me.
very cool.
Yeah, that's me. So I'm trying to inspire my youth to see what you do and what this man does.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because for our color, it wasn't a lane here in San Diego,
Yeah, I
unfortunately. And so I'm trying to illuminate the career. You can do this, you can do this, you can learn it now. You gotta wait till
If
you're
they're ever
grown.
interested in looking around a newsroom and seeing what it's like,
I take them there. Well, I haven't done it with you guys. I'm so grateful you came out. I would love that before with you guys.
yeah, we'd love to show you guys around.
Ken Kramer
down inside.
sent this to y'all. I was so grateful.
Yeah.
I was like, this is way cool.
Around San Diego.
It's about San Diego, yeah, and around. He all over the place. He is the standard. He's the standard.
I don't think so. Or is that a radio or a TV
She
program?
used to be on KPBS for the Hispanic one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar, but I just got here 2 years ago.
Put this
Okay.
in your back
Did
pocket.
one
Okay.
with the neighbor.
Yeah, I love my job. I love
Appreciate what y'all do. You know, actually, to me, KPBS, y'all got a standard that's kind of on its own.
I appreciate that.
I do. I've noticed that. Y'all go hard with your clips. Yeah. Oh man, you was killing it on that last the segment you did on this one. Was he with you?
No, he's new too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, that one you had on that one, he was killing it. Those shots were just, oh my goodness, what an eye. To catch my neighborhood like he caught it. I mean, I was all up there on the hill,
Yeah.
zooming back here. But one day you got to partake this sight from up there. Bring one of your cameramen. You guys, if he's down to go up there, go get some clips, man, before you leave. It is breathtaking. And that's the tragedy of this. The people of San Diego have no idea what's being stolen from them, right from under their nose. This 31-acre site in the heart of the city? Are you kidding me? You could do a 360 and you can make money perpetually off of the tourists and the people who come to this city. But if you cap it with 123 homes, that's a wrap.
Why don't I have you stand on this side?
A wrap.
Sir, why don't you step just a little? There you go.
My name is Kenny Key.
And how long have you lived here for?
I've been here over 50 years. My mom bought the house in 74, 73. So I was around 7 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
My first Christmas here, I was 7 years old. Yep.
What are your favorite things about growing up here?
Oh man, just it was a great upbringing. It wasn't dangerous like it is now on the streets. So we lived in the streets, playing football, playing, just doing kid things, tag, hide and go seek. Excuse me. It was a very proud black community of military children. Most all the people that lived on the street when I grew up and moved in here, their parents were in the military. Mine was Navy, Air Force. I'm an Air Force veteran myself. I just followed in the tradition of the family. But I understand in San Diego, they had redlining up to 1969. And so this tract of homes right here represents the opening of home loans being given to black people, black families, minority families. And I know this is fact because I lived it. And I'm a history buff. I love history. I always did. And we have a lot of history up here. The site alone is like Kumeon land or sacred land. There's generations of hawks that live up there. It's an ecosystem that's up there.
Can you start that over? Because I'm really interested in the history.
Yeah, so there's a lot of history up here that I grew up on. It predated me coming, So originally this space was a golf course, and it opened in 1929. So from 1929 to 1969, it served as a golf course. And the church over there was the clubhouse, okay? Blacks weren't allowed to play up here. Blacks weren't allowed to build up here. So when we came up here, it's like it was like upgrade, we were like, it was like a major accomplishment for a young single parent black woman. My mother, Regina Greenlee, she did that. I'm so proud because it was a rich upbringing up here. Yes.
Has this lot looked basically the same since you moved in at 7?
Yes, and it's actually the most breathtaking location to view the city at, and it's a travesty that most people have never had a chance to see the view, or may not ever get a chance to see the view because it's always been private property. Okay, Signal Connect owns it. I think there's a company called D.R. Horton trying to develop it. And our main objective is to have our elected officials hold our elected officials accountable. Okay, tell the truth. Okay, it's been over 5 years that we have been demanding transparency on footnote 7. And they refuse to speak on it publicly. They give the little pitch. Secondly, stop the projects. To act like you don't have the power over developers when it comes to permitting and authorizing and dictating what's developed is playing on our ignorance. We're not ignorant. We're not stupid here. You hold the leverage in the permitting process. And right now you have a development that was permitted under unethical practices. And the fact that you repealed it only amplifies that truth. And to allow the project to go forth and harm a community, knowingly harm a community, is unacceptable to us as homeowners up here, as property owners, as residents who care about our safety, our fire safety, evacuation risk that come with a high density development like this. We're talking 31 acres, 123 homes. Technically, that's like 732 because each of those homes that they're going to put up there is going to have a 4 ADU allowance in their backyard with no established parking in the community. So all of those cars, where are they going to park? In our neighborhoods. We don't want that. Right now, this street is dangerous. If you don't look 2-3 times, double back look, you can get hit. We've had rollover accidents here, and they want to dismiss that. We have been pushing back for 5 years, and we're fighting our council. Monica Montgomery Stepp was the first one, and now Henry Foster. Henry Foster was our chief of staff. And right now, to this day, they refuse to do a press conference on this. And the way we see it in this neighborhood of Emerald Hills and Encanto, we feel so disrespected. We feel so betrayed. We feel like we're being dismissed. I'm a 58-year-old veteran. I'm a retired county employee. I worked in the Department of Public Works. I took care of the roads. I plowed snow in Julian, Campo, Alpine. Okay, I love my city. I put in a lot of work for my city, and I understand the harms that are coming to my neighborhood, of which I love. I should not be in no kind of disputes with my councilman or council lady. You know, we can't even come to them right now. They dismiss us over everything that has to do with this development. We put in for the Get It Done app. It doesn't get anything done for the property owners of Old Memory Lane.
I saw in the appeal, it said that there have been promises for a park here going back to 1978. Are you familiar with that at all?
I am. You got to understand, it's like you can dismiss it if you want to, but this is an underserved community over here, and it always has been. Just because you don't live over here doesn't mean that it's not a true statement. Okay, that's first off. People who don't live up here and don't care, this is not for you. Okay? We're talking directly to the leaders of this city. How dare you disrespect us and dismiss us? Okay, when we pay our property taxes, and you guys mismanage our money, and then it's election year and you're going to ask for our vote, at the same time dismiss our concerns. We care about the safety of our children up here in Emerald Hills and Encanto, you know, and we don't appreciate being dismissed. This project needs to be stopped. The development needs to be opened up. The process needs to be opened up. Just like when they want to develop something downtown in the harbor, Midway Rising over there, you know, they got multiple developers trying to get this big, right? We don't get that same luxury of, we don't get that same luxury. We don't get that same luxury over here.
How did you first hear about the development?
So at a Choice Valley Planning Group meeting, actually, and I was appalled. It lit a fire in me that has been lit ever since.
What do you want to see for this lot?
I am so glad a reporter finally took the time to ask, and I hope that my answer makes it on TV. And the answer I'm going to give you is that the community has a vision for this space. We always have. And I'm the one who dropped it in public comment on the day when they made the vote to repeal footnote 7. And it's a visual that I create. I'm an editor. Okay, and the vision was something that we had since we were kids. We used to envision having SeaWorld towers over here. Instead of those towers, replace them with SeaWorld towers that people can go up and see our beautiful city in, and make it a public partnership between the city, San Diego. Turn it into a way to bring revenues into the coffers of San Diego. You know, you don't have to do it by taxing us with trash fees and Balboa Park fees that don't address the fiscal problem. This property, 31 acres, if you put the right thing on it, could generate hundreds of millions of dollars and spur economic growth over in this underserved community, neglected community, disrespected community. We need more than housing. We need amenities that were promised to us in the 70s and denied us up until this very day. And this is the latest. They're trying to cap our economic growth. To us, it's like oil is under that ground. We know it. And here comes this developer who wants to put a cap on it. Just put a big seal of concrete over it without extracting the oil out of the ground. Makes no sense. You wouldn't allow that if it really was oil under there. So to me, have some kind of vision as leaders. Eminent domain, give the owner his market value, okay, and open it up to public process of involving the community in what gets developed on this when we're the ones that are impacted by it, not the elected officials.
So you're describing like a blend of a public park and some kind of like tourist.
Open, reserve. I will share the video. We have a video. Please air our video because it's the best way to explain the community's vision. Is through we're passionate about this. We love our community and we don't want it altered by 3 individuals: Todd Gloria, Monica Step Montgomery, and Henry Foster.
Yeah, if you could send that, that'd be great.
Thank you.
Hold the Hill website, I think it's down right now.
The Hold the Hill website is people who are scared to come out and truly represent the community, but they are in the fight. Okay, but we can't expect everyone to come out here and speak so freely like I do. Number one, none of us in this city should fear elected officials. I don't fear our elected officials because I voted for these particular officials. So it's kind of a weird, you understand? And I root for their success, but they've shown their hand. And it's time for a new leadership. And our candidate up here, all you see is Martha Abraham signs. You don't see Henry Foster signs up here because this part of their district was betrayed.
There was a line in your email that really caught my eye where you said, for many of us who grew up here, that this hill is deeply personal. I was wondering if you could talk more about what you mean by that.
Absolutely. So as kids, it was kind of like Little Rascals up here. I'm serious. I'm from that Little Rascal generation. Go-karts, slingshots, guns, all that kind of stuff. There used to be a Rancho drive-in right where Cox Cable is. The neighborhood kids regularly, we'd be on our roof, or up on the hill with blankets growing up, watching the latest thing every week. Cartoons, and if back then the AM radio, you can hear, because it was a drive-in, so you tune into the AM. And so it's so much history up here, and it's heartbreaking to know that we have officials who publicly look at us as an eyesore. This area because it's underdeveloped. Every space doesn't need to be developed with housing, especially unaffordable housing. This is not affordable housing. There is no need in any neighborhood in San Diego to develop $1 million homes. That is not a need. I hope that makes it to the news.
I wanted to ask you what you would say to the people arguing that San Diego's in a housing crisis and we need every additional home that we can get.
Well, you gotta understand who's behind that narrative. Billionaire developer class who have hijacked our city leadership. They control our city right now. The special interests of development. And it's to the point where the state level is even assisting city levels in bulldozing neighborhoods just to push that narrative. The heck with the consequences and the ramifications and the aftermath of these reckless developments, permitting. They're actually in cahoots. The city council and the mayor are in cahoots with destroying the character of neighborhoods, and at the same time actively asking for our vote right now. It's so absurd what San Diego is dealing with right now. We need to wake up, San Diego.
Do you plan to attend the appeal hearing?
Absolutely. I'm gonna lay it on them. I mean, they already know what I'm coming, because we have the most to be affected by. If you don't live up here, you don't care, really. Miss me with that. You guys don't care. But I get it. You know, but look, back to the fact that we want the project stopped. Stop acting like you don't have the power to stop these projects. We're not stupid, okay? Stop lobbying for the interests of developers' profit lines. They didn't elect you, we did.
For people who haven't had the chance to go up there, can you describe what the view is like?
I can't describe it as best as our video that we produced, but I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Every morning, I'm able to wake up, look to the east, and see the sun come up over San Miguel, Mount McGill. Okay, San Miguel Mountain, I mean. Okay, breathtaking sunrises. Okay, and then I track the sun all the way over, and I catch sunsets going down between Coronado Bridge, in between Point Loma Lighthouse. Moon rises up over the mountains, and when it passes over the sky, you can see planes coming through it because the plane track is here. We see every plane that comes through our city. Okay, it's a constant movie or we see the beauty of San Diego every day, all day up here in Emerald Hills. If you don't live up here, you don't really know about it. People who come up over this hill on Old Memory Lane for the first time, they're like, whoa, what a view. They pull over and stop all the time. And so we love our community, and a lot of the people who came to a rally we did up at our park, a lot of them were from Point Loma and things, and Point Loma's beautiful. They come over here, I cannot believe this. Well, I've never been here. It's in the heart of the city, okay? They have to look east, okay, to see the beauty of San Diego. We look everywhere. So we see Mexico at night during the day. We see ships, every ship that come into our harbor, we see. When a city is developed, they take the high places first. This is a high place. And back to the history of this. Those towers right there service our city for over 76 years. That's a lot of history. Public service announcements. Before internet, before all that, was boss. This is how we received our information. It's so much radio history of communication history. So why not preserve this space? You know, we have an elementary school here. You could combine it to some kind of science and technology, you know, radio communications. So much economic growth could spur off of this. Open and close every day. If they would just stop the projects, open it up to other developers other than D.R. Horton, and let the people have a say in this. How dare y'all do that to us during COVID when we couldn't come out and protest? They knew exactly what they were doing, and it's despicable.
Is there anything else you want to add or want people to understand?
I do. I would love for the people of San Diego to be able to, before they break ground on anything, there needs to be an open house for this property for the city of San Diego, where people are allowed to go up here for once and let them weigh in. If this is a city legislator or council that truly cares about its people, why y'all can't do that? Y'all control the permit process. Y'all don't care about what we say when we want, you know, what's developed in our neighborhood. You don't care about how we feel, obviously, but yet you want our vote. That's so disrespectful. And I'm so thankful to KPBS for following up on this story. You know, we need y'all voice to the masses. We can't get to the masses. You know, they suppress us. You know, Henry Foster manipulated the town hall that was done at the Women's League of Voters down at Malcolm X Library. We were refused to ask, we were denied asking the questions about footnote 7. What did he know? When did he know? He was Monica's chief of staff, okay? They refused to ask the question. We had to write down the questions and give them to them. They changed the questions. They flat out refused to ask questions about it, about the incident with me, he had with me, in public that was just appalling, conduct unbecoming a councilman. Okay, we squashed it, but it doesn't erase the fact that he did it. You know, and he's dealing with a lot of that pushback right now.
Were you the person in the video he was like arguing with?
I wasn't arguing with him.
No, that he.
Yeah, he was disrespecting me totally. I mean, it was Juneteenth flag raising. First off, supposed to be brotherly love on that day. Okay, he was at the Juneteenth flag raising, St. Harris, at the Black Contractors Association. He went to the podium, he spoke, and then he left after he spoke, and we hadn't even raised the flag yet. This is last year. And so I go, because I'm there filming and capturing the event. It's what I do in the public, just like y'all. But I'm not as good as y'all. And went over to ask him, hey, where you going? You know, can you talk? I mean, what's up? Where you going? Because I thought I was going to get a chance to talk to him or something. He never talks to the community, you know. Excuse me for one sec. I got parched mouth. Y'all got any water or anything? Wait a minute, I got something. I need some water, y'all. Somebody help me. I need some water. Something. Mouth is all. I got white stuff on my lips. This wind is drying me out.
We're wrapped up anyway, but I wanted to ask, when you send the video, do you have any photos of you growing up here that we could use as well?
I definitely dig them up. I sure will. Okay. It was something I definitely wanted to ask you. We need a piece done on the traffic dangers up here. It's being ignored. We've been asking for speed bumps for decades. We've had rollovers on this, and you want to throw 123 homes up here? Utterly absurd. We got deficits in infrastructure upgrades up here, and this development is not offering any upgrades to the infrastructure, and the city has deficits, so they don't have money to help with this project. They need to stop this project.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And, if you can stick around after we talk with people, maybe we can go to your backyard.
Those clips are going to be breathtaking. Definitely.
Oh, okay.
Now I got to get my selfie with you, too.
Just stay right there for a second. Unicorn.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
If you have any documentation of the different traffic incidents, every little bit of evidence helps to back it up.
I got pictures.
Yeah.
And I sent them to our they're all on our Emerald Hills Council Facebook page. If you scroll back in time, whenever we have incidents like that, we post them. You know, a lot of, you know, we had individual hit on Roswell, and it was a hit and run. And the fact that we have a elementary school and their safety is being dismissed, it just doesn't make sense. You would think that a councilman would be standing with us, but that's not the case here. And our question to them is why? What is in it for you to lobby and defend the interests of developers over our interests? Developers didn't elect you. We elected you. And how did we get here where our elected officials dismiss their constituents blatantly during election year?
It was pretty remarkable that Martha, she was like a few votes ahead in the primary.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's because the true narrative is a community narrative. It's not the establishment narrative. Who cares that the Democratic Party endorsed Henry Foster? Who cares? They don't represent everybody in San Diego. So you guys need to stop with that narrative, because it doesn't represent the people just because y'all said it.
Mm-hmm. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's next?
Hey, I'm going to leave him alone. He's doing his thing. Whoever next.
We're going next. Okay. Can you grab that mic?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
So you're used to being mic'd up, you don't know the difference.
Yeah, I got mine on me too as a backup. Mine would be all noisy though. I ain't got my wind guard on it.
Drop that down. you.
Oops.
There we go. Where's that clipped on?
There.
you're,
sorry,
you're double
I'm sorry.
mic'd up. No, you're good. Thank you.